Welcome back. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, or commenting at any point. Today we're looking at deep knowing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flash the book. It's from The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And having pulled some tarot cards on it, it looks like the message, because there are several messages, the prosperity merit message and relationship message and all kinds. It looks like this is the protection message that we need to focus on today. Okay. But let me just read part of the book to you. It's about intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy and hypersensitivity. So intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of the human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then act accordingly. You are now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. So within the relationship messages, someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Within prosperity, this is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends. If you listen to them, take risk and act. Within you, there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. The energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. Now, moving on to this protection message, which I think is most important here. You are in empathy overload. You need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging your batteries, set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath, empty your mind and get back to you, just pure you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough you can let your guard down again, but right now you need self-care, self-love. It's a time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? ? Yes, it will, Colette. Thank you very much. So, looking at that card, deep knowing, again we've got an owl, but it's almost like, all these lovely rays, all that lovely energy. Card 43 adds up to a 7, which is whose number. So it's about wisdom and again rising above. And we've got lots of lovely stars there. So let's pop the card away without burning myself. So what we've got here, it's very hot in tarot land. All these people keep taking their clothes off all over the place. So without being thrown off the YouTubes. We start off with the Five of Cups, or the Cinq de Coupes, which is a card for regret, grief, loss, all that good stuff. It's a very shadowy card. It's first deck in Scorpio. So this deep knowing, this is why I think it's a protection. It's much more a protection message. This empathy overload. So let's look at this as a situation that you're still grieving, but there's still some good over here. And it's not, you haven't lost everything, you just lost some content, you haven't lost the structure of it. So you can always pick those cups up and reuse them. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But with this deep knowing, there is some self-care needed there, and you just need to pick that head up and look out, not down, or turn around. First of all, turn around and see what you've got left, and actually realise you haven't lost everything. There is stuff to be salvaged from this situation, and the constant flow of the river there means life goes on. It's not a stagnant pool. So whatever that situation was there that's got you stuck, the judgment card is a card of fire. So if you mix water and fire together, you get this head of steam, don't you? It's almost like the cup of spirit there. Now this is half of Solve e Coagula, and this is a separation by fire. And what comes after Scorpio is Sagittarius. So if you want to look at those two signs in that way, you've got water and fire, which actually then does what? Well, it's that energy of the fire which actually moves things on. And this is about self-care, separating yourself. This is the separation card before this one, actually, but we'll get to that. I think once you have focused on self-care and prioritized resetting some boundaries, that's when the abundance will come back in. And again, it's the Ace of Pentacles, so it's about topping yourself up, moving forwards, and recharge. Well, this is the whole thing about recharging your batteries, isn't it? Because as it said in the book, just psychic exhaustion, or whatever kind of exhaustion it is, this situation has sapped an awful lot out of you, and you really do need to. I mean, a deep knowing, you've got to put it behind you. Now, rather than, because this is Major Arcana number 20 here, XX. Rather than, the temptation is going to be to slip back into this cycle here with Stephen. Oops, oh, let me put them away. Hang on, let's do. Don't want to get thrown off the YouTubes. Actually, can I do this now? Probably. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go. Matron. Oh, no, he's got nothing. These people, I tell you what, it must be like Mexico down there. Don't slip backwards. This is card 20. This is card 15. This is why, self-protection is important here, because it leads to this getting back in the saddle. These are both cards for Scorpio. So there's a nice link there about avoiding the trip back down to whatever's been chaining you in the past, whatever this situation is that's been holding you. Let's just do that. That's been holding you back over here. You get back in the saddle, dust yourself off, pick yourself up and start all over again. And you start enjoying the process all over again, because you've got over this scratch in the record, whatever that is. And let's be very, very careful about how we do this. I gave us some sparkles. There you go. Glitziana. There you go. So going from card 20, instead of slipping back to card 15, you actually move on to card 21, which is the end of the Major Arcana. It's the World card. And look, it's a nice protective barrier. Yeah, there are two ways for an egg to crack: from the inside out, which is the healthy way, or the outside in, which means sort of destruction, doesn't it? Is that better? Got very focused on. I can't go with these people with no clothes on all over the place. It's very European. So actually, what this is doing, if you come from Judgment down to the World card, it means you do move on to the next cycle, because you have completely done this. You have set some boundaries. You have prioritized yourself. You know, try not to go back to what's familiar just because it is familiar. So with that in mind, what I thought the best thing to do, because I don't think there's any way to sort of interrupt that. I think that's a very nice story within itself. I thought we'd just get 3 cards. What could possibly come out of this world card here if you're tapping into this kind of energy? And you know, you need a bit of protection. I'm just going to flash this protection message up one more time. Okay. So if that's where you're at, what you're feeling about a certain situation, then let's just see what can happen. Okay. Yeah. Well, something that you've been waiting for. Let's take her frock off. There you go. Oops. Something that you've been waiting for. I mean, there are those 3 cups. There you go. Pop. Those 3 cups. So Spirit is actually giving you a fresh cup. Well, once you put that behind you, you get your fresh cup. Those 3, there you go. You still got them. It's like you take the memory of them away, and they become a memory, not a focus. Yeah, you'll never. That's kind of event that you never forget. It's a very difficult card to overcome, but overcome it you must. What's next then? There you go. Let's put that there. Modesty intact. Again, we're going from cups or water to fire. Water to fire. So it's about, and you know, if you imagine the Industrial Revolution, it was about steam power. If you use the fire to heat the water in a contained environment, controlled environment, that's what will drive you forwards. These 2 lovely cards here about moving forwards. Page of Wands is the youngest card of the Wands court cards. So it's a fresh start. You've been offered a fresh look or a fresh start here, and you've got a fresh start there. This is what you need to do in order to bring it to a close, and then you get another fresh start. So if you can see how all that translates. And one last card then. Oh, we got the devil. It didn't come out then. Don't go back. You see, that would have been the temptation, wouldn't it? There we go. Let's go with that one. Oh, there you go. The lovely thing about that card there, 10 of Swords, is that the 9 of Swords is over. The nightmare's over. And the card that makes a difference is the Sun. It's the illumination. It's the discovery. It's the knowing. There you go. It's the knowing. And there was that lovely sentence in here, or this lovely passage in here, saying, know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. Well, that's the Sun. That's the difference that turns from... Let's just get the card out. Normally you can spot the 9 of Swords because it's one of the only black cards or black background cards. But this black deck, they're all like that. So, but it's got the horizontal. It's got the Venetian blinds, isn't it? There we go. See the difference between that card and that card. And that's total blackness. There, total darkness. Is that the Sun's come out? Is that you've made the discovery, and you know what's been going on. So the main thing here is that the fear has gone. The dread has gone. It's about the recovery now. And that is about prioritizing yourself with boundaries and self-care. And just one last, I'll just read this passage again. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or 5 senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then act accordingly. You're now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. That porcupine. Anyway, so there you go. That's deep knowing. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next time. Take care.